Hi there, welcome to Get Gardening. It is now June and I would like to give you a tour of the garden. Things are really starting to look beautiful. Here I am in my backyard and this beautiful peony that I inherited with the property is blooming so beautifully. I did not have a chance to stake anything this year as I did last year, so I just know that a good rainstorm will quite knock these down, so I should try and get some sticks out and stake them. It hasn't been too long since I last filmed, but the garden has changed just because of the fact that the poppies have opened. So I'll take you and show you these in the backyard, and then when the front garden is at its full peak in a day or two, I'll take you there to show you it. Things are looking beautiful there with the iris. But you were here recently and you saw the iris and the peace roses, but now you can see the irises with the poppies. And it just adds such a vibrancy. Further back there, that poppy is actually a slightly paler shade of orange than the one in the foreground. And a few more iris have opened, so I'll take you to see one of the other ones that you didn't get to see in my iris and alliums video. Peace rose. To the right, my honey perfume rose has color on it, and I'd like to show you the climbing rose who has tons of buds in it. So this is an iris here that I haven't had bloom in my garden since the old house, and it is one of my favorite. It is called Rainbow's End, and I just love all the different colors in it. You definitely get yellows and oranges, whites and purples, and a little bit of pink and some red around the edges. In this bed, the red valerian is starting to bloom as well as the knapweed. And I do love the color of this plant. It's such a beautiful blue. At the end over here, this iris is one of the earliest ones to bloom, so it's also one of the ones that is going to be done. And behind it here is an iris that I haven't seen bloom yet since I planted it here. And I'm quite hopeful that it's actually Sultan Supreme, or Supreme Sultan, I can't remember. But if this opens and it turns out to be that one, I'll come show you because it's one of my favorites. But anyways, here is the David Austin rose. It's quite large. And it is the Lady of Shalott. And in here you can see that it is loaded with buds. So hopefully in a matter of a week or so, these will all be opened and it'll just be a picture of orange and peach and cream, and I will come. So for some reason the video quality didn't pick up, so I had to record this narration over the video of my front garden, but I wanted to start by showing you this beautiful wisteria that I had blooming there. I've never seen it bloom before, and eventually I would like to train it up along my wall with some wire, but right now it's just kind of a big mess. I'm so excited to show you guys my front yard because, as you know, when that's in full blossom, it's one of my favorite places in the whole garden. On the other side of my driveway, I really want to show you, I've got a couple salvia that I bought last year and they really look lovely right now. There's a pink one and a purple one, and there's even a little bachelor button that's getting started. There's a couple open. I love that blue of the bachelor button. And I also have a coral peony that hasn't bloomed in many years since I had to transplant it here. So I'm so happy to see that one bloom as well. But let's go take a look at the rest of the garden with the peonies open, the roses. I've taken so many pictures of this garden so many videos too to try and capture it. You can see most of those blue iris that were in my last film are basically over with. So it's been about a week or so and they're getting ready to be done with. But the peonies and the roses are carrying the show, and the dianthus have opened up in their full glory. Usually I get people who will walk by my house and they don't notice the flowers, but when this border is open, boy, do I get the compliments. I just love all the different roses. You can see behind this peony there's actually a Siberian iris that's open too, that beautiful purple color. That one I got from my mom's house a couple years ago. There's still some roses that haven't opened, like the one you see there, that's Thomas à Becket. And there's still some peonies that haven't completely opened yet, but it's been so hot out lately that I got worried about the extreme heat that we've had, so I wanted to film this even though some of the things weren't completely opened. You can see the blacksmith lupin, such a beautiful purple and white. The immortality iris is almost completely done, and here you can see one of my new roses. It's the Queen of Sweden. Such a beautiful pink color. One of the other roses that I have blooming that's become my complete favorite is the Princess Anne rose, and you'll see it in the middle there. I hope I zoom in. It's just such a completely loaded rose, completely double, tons of petals. The scent from this garden is just outrageous. I wish you could smell all the peonies and the roses, because you just walk by this garden and you can smell the scent. There's the last peony over there that's opened so much this year. And over here you can see my Harlow Carr rose. A lot of the salvia that you see aren't at their complete best this year because I divided them. I really was greedy and I wanted to spread them all throughout this garden, so in a year or two I just know it'll be packed with them. But right now they're less impactful than they were last year. And there's the peony I was telling you. There's just so many flowers on it. This is the new section that I made, and a lot of things are opening really well. You can see the Johnson's Blue Geranium there in the middle. Some of the catmint. There's a salvia that I moved in. Here's the Bokova geranium, and I divided this one as well into a few different places. So all those perennials, I didn't pay for any of them. I just divided them for free, and so it'll take a year or two for them to really develop. And so come back in a year or two and you'll see those looking spectacular. Here you can see how I made the catmint and the salvia in the front there. I'm really excited for that to develop. So now I'm doing a June tour, I thought I would show you my little shady corner, as it's looking really nice right now. There's lots of different varieties of hosta in here. The heuchera coral bells are blooming. I just love a good shade garden. The ghost ferns are looking brilliant. And actually all the ferns are looking quite wonderful. Here I've got 3 different varieties of ferns. I know one's a Japanese painted fern, one's a ghost fern, and this one's, the name is eluding me. But behind it is the beautiful Empress Wu hosta, which is just massive. Looks magnificent, and I can see flower buds on all the astilbes. So pretty soon those will be gracing us with beautiful pink flowers. So just a little corner of the shade garden, which is looking quite nice right now. So I thought I'd end the video by showing you this last iris that opened. It is the one that I thought it was, which is Supreme Sultan, or Sultan Supreme. Can't quite remember the name. And it is such a beautiful one. I'm happy that it made it. It's such a deep red on the falves with an apricot-y orange color on top. Such a beauty to the start of my June. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe and are able to get out there and get gardening.